Praise the Lord, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with Dr. Leisha, the preacher. Okay. Well, before I get all into my topic, all heavy, I'm going to have the comments open for those who would like to chime in, you know, express how they feel first, you know. But I will, just talk about a little bit of stuff before I, turn the comments off. So, I've been listening to a lot of different content creators and their opinions on Trump, their opinion on the Obamas, their opinion on many things. But then today, just this morning, it hit me like never before. You know what I mean? Like, I've had thoughts and ideas and stuff, but today it all came with clarity. It came with clarity. I realized that Michelle Obama, and I'm just going to say it, y'all. I'm just going to say it. Whether a woman or a man, either way, she is the most quote unquote valuable woman on earth. She don't even need to run for office, become president, or any of that, and still hold that energy, that position. She really don't have to lift a finger, really, whether a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. At this point, it really don't matter. At first, it did matter to me, at least, because that's called deception. If you gain access to a position, if you gain access to something without full, I guess would be called disclosure, you know, if you're not being as honest as you need to be for the position, then that is a problem to me. I don't have a problem with voting for a transgender or LGBTQ, all the letters of the alphabet people. I don't. I just want to know. I just want to know. You know, I think that's fair. But that's just me. You know. But at the end of the day, at this point, hello. Someone says hi, sis. New subscriber. Thank you. Yay! I have a new subscriber. Yes, yes. My tambourine. Yay! New subscriber. Yay. So, but yeah, so and I believe it says, how are you? How are you? I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. You know, I'm glad too that I'm wonderful. I've come a long way. I'll put it that way. I've come a long way. And a part of my process and coming a long way. You are not fine. Why not? What's going on with you? As I continue to explain, it says, because a woman kicked me in my balls. Oh, gosh. Ooh. Oh, my Lord. Mm. Mm. Why did she do that? I mean, I'm not saying that's right or anything. That's horrible. Horrible. But why would she do that? Oh, wow. You paid her to kick me. Okay, I'm going to, that's a good place to continue my conversation. Being paid to kick. Being paid to kick. All right, so Michelle Obama, Madam Michelle Obama, has, I don't know if she's been paid to kick or not. I don't know if she's been paid to cause ripples in the system. I don't know. But what I do see is I see that she has the power to lead. She has the power to lead. Even when she's not in office. She I don't think she necessarily desires to be the one up front and seen per se. I mean, she does it and she does it well, but she's more of the behind the scenes, do everything. And when she need to come to the forefront, she does. And she does it well. Okay. With that being said, it takes me a minute to pull my full message out, guys. So just hang in there with me. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Okay, so all right, with all that being said, um, she's the most valuable woman in the world because she's, whether a man or a woman, because that's been up for debate. Something that I've never heard, I haven't, just me personally, haven't heard she nor her husband stand up to the world to address. They know what the rumors have been. They know what the accusations are. They are fully aware of this. But neither one of them that I'm aware of have ever stood up and said, hell no, this is a woman and she had our children because I was there and blah, 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 blah. Maybe it's just me, being from the hood and stuff. You know, you have the right to defend your character, your name, stuff like that. Speak up for yourself. There's ways to do it. I personally have respect for people that stand up for themselves. I have a little respect, just a little bit more respect for those people. I mean, I know there's times when you need to just chill out. let stuff just roll off your back. I understand that. But some things are worth um defending, you know. So I'll admit that I'm one of those people who have been disappointed that Madam Michelle Obama, whether a man or a woman, has allowed that part of her reputation, image, whatever, just go out there unaddressed like that. I'm disappointed because her husband is the one in the position as president that opened the door, opened the door for her to be viewed that way. You know, I mean, it was already out there that she was possibly born a man. It was already out there. But then once her husband approved, put it to law that two men could marry, I mean, it just like, wow. Mm. You know what I'm saying? So I believe had she came on to YouTube addressing that, like let that be the first thing that come out of her mouth, she would have had more views. She would have had more views. But the point I'm trying to make is because she's one of the most, if not the absolute most valuable woman on this earth right now, according to world standards and, you know, the way um, our world works, money, fame, you know, riches, power, clout, you know, based on all that, she has the power to quote unquote, I don't want to say save us all from cushion, cushion our fall. She has the power to cushion our fall. All these changes that President Trump is making, all these changes that he's making, whether good or bad, whether we agree or disagree, they are being done. They're being done. Madam, I keep wanting to say President, Madam President Michelle Obama, whether a man or a woman, has the power to cushion our fall. And you'll say, how? How can you say something like that? How can, one black woman from, the United States have that kind of power? She wasn't the president. Her husband was. That woman, whether a man or a woman, that woman is powerful. I mean, just her voice alone carries a lot of weight. The way she carry her voice, the way she present, the way she mean what she said, whether male or female, it don't even matter at this point. It's the message. It's the message. And because her message penetrates gender to the point it don't even matter if she's male or female. Her message, her voice penetrates race, No one cares at this point if someone's black or white. The way these uh, executive orders are rolling down the press line, you know what I'm saying? The way they kicking out, anyone that can save us or cushion our experience, you know, need to do it. And when it comes to the Democrat Party, which I don't vote Democrat on the federal government level, just on that level, the federal government level, I don't vote Democrat anymore. Not at that level. I didn't vote for Trump personally this time. Not this time. But I did vote Republican. I didn't vote for Trump, but I did vote Republican. But I will never vote Democrat again on on the federal level. Now on the state level and below, yes, my governor in Michigan is Democrat. I'm cool with her. Do I agree with everything? No, but I'm good with her. I'm good with her. I'm good with her. You know, and we are a red state currently. Currently, we're a red state, but we're normally a blue state. We are normally a blue state, and currently our governor is a blue woman. A blue one. I mean, she's a white woman, but she's blue, Democrat. But we did vote red, and that's because we had those uncommitted people out of Dearborn that raised some eyebrows, challenged us here, and I'm glad they did. I'm glad they did. Michigan has been a very interesting place to live. I love politics and the Bible. They kind of go together. Politics and the Bible. There's a connection there. They should work together, but when they don't work together, what we're going through now is it. So back to Madam Michelle Obama. I will admit that I was disappointed that they have never just come on out directly hitting it home that regardless to her husband's political decisions, it has nothing to do, you know, with her being a man or a woman. It would just be nice to hear her just say, you know, what she is for sure. And that, her personal genetics and stuff has nothing to do with her husband's political decisions. What's wrong with that? Just go on record. Why let people just be all out here thinking whatever? I mean, people can do that anyway, but not based on your silence. Those are just my thoughts. But just naturally, legally, politically, she represents Black people, Black women, women. Just naturally off the rip. Based on her husband's political choices, now she represents people of color, transgender people, um, immigration issues. You see what I'm saying? And all within her one person, even though she didn't run for office. But because who she was married to and his political decisions and the extent that she supported him, now she's in a position by default representing all this stuff by default. So all she have to do is really just step all the way on out. Say exactly who she is. I am actually a female born that way. And, this is who I am. Or I was born male, but you know me as Michelle Obama. And this is my truth. Either journey keeps this country going. Either way keeps this country going. Just speaking her truth. I mean, like, speaking her truth in defense of all these rumors. I mean, come on, y'all. People are saying that Joan Rivers, whether she was joking or serious, no one knows. But the woman ended up dead. Yeah, they said it was related to a medical procedure, possibly. I don't know. I'm just allegedly, possibly a medical procedure, too many procedures, whatever. Or it could have been the fact that she just boldly put that out there before it was time, before time. So I don't know. We don't know. But during a time such as this, when the Democrat Party, that nation is crumbling, when they have someone with such a powerful voice and position in the world, like standing right there in the midst of them, what's keeping them from utilizing her fully? What's keeping what's keeping her from having a greater presence? If she can stand up there and speak that powerful during Madam Vice President Kamala Harris's, during her campaign, um, what is keeping her from having a greater presence in that party? What's keeping her from? She has a lot of power. She, like I said, she represents all those categories. Even this whole transgender thing, she holds those keys. I don't have a problem with transgender. I don't. The only problem I have is I do not want men in my bathroom. I just don't. I don't want, I mean, I understand what transgender is. I understand it. I get that. But as a woman who has been violated, I was born naturally a woman. And I understand that transgender are people who were naturally born one way and are exercising their right to change it. All I'm saying is nature to nature. I don't want males in bathrooms. But I guess that's where at home come in. Use my bathroom at home, you know. But when it comes to out in public, you know, maybe again, public life is different than private life, you know. And so, you know, now I see where this whole segregation thing is being addressed. I don't think the whole segregation thing is limited to race. Now we got gender. How do we handle it when uh, women that were born male, um, they're dressed like, you know, in women's apparel? You know, they have to go to the bathroom in public. I mean, like, how do you deal with that? You know, I have a daughter. She is not transgender. She is not transgender. She is a woman and she knows she's a woman. She says she's a woman and she proud to be a woman. She has no desire to be a man at all. But she wears men's clothes. By the time my daughter was in fourth grade, we shopped completely from the boys department. By the time she was in fourth grade, she was wearing boys' clothes. So my daughter has had to deal with being in the women's bathroom, dressed like a man, and dealing with women feeling uncomfortable. And one of those women could be me. I mean, I was her mother, so I, you know, I always had her with me in the bathroom. I'm just saying, I'm her mother. I know she's a girl, so she's with me, you know. But I knew she couldn't always be with me, and this was her choice to dress this way. She wanted to dress like a boy, and I don't believe in stopping people from doing what they want to do. I really don't, even if they're a kid. I mean, of course, if a child is doing something harmful, but I just didn't see how her wearing boys' clothes was harmful to her. If she was willing to deal, you know, with the, if she was willing to deal with the consequences of, you know, walking into the women's bathroom and women feeling like, oh, are you a man? You know, if she was willing to deal with that, that was up to her. And until this day, you know, she's 31 years old, and to this day, she's still dressed like a guy. My daughter. she, we look a lot alike too. You know, it's so funny. So if I dress like a guy, I know how I would look, just like my daughter. We're about the same size, you know. So again, you know, I went through it with my own daughter, you know, so I know what kind of looks she get. I know the discomfort that she experienced by being in women's bathroom, and she's an actual woman. You know what I'm saying? So I do have compassion for transgender people. I do. I raised a, I guess you would call my daughter like a cross-dressing person, but she is fully aware that she's a girl. She's a very soft, she's on the soft side of, you know, dressing like a male, more on the soft side of it, you know. I mean, you know, she has her little moments of being kind of like hard, you know, but she she's raised by me, you know, so she's raised by me. So, but anyway, but yeah, the only problem I have with the whole transgender thing, the only problem I have is I don't want anyone that was born male in the bathroom with me. I just that's just that one spot. Anywhere else, yes, we good. But when it comes to the bathroom, I just don't feel safe. All I can do is say I'm sorry. Childhood trauma, you know, um, my kids, like again, my daughter, even though she was a tomboy type, dressed like a guy, it didn't stop her basketball coach from coming after her in high school. So, there's a lot there. It's not an easy topic. It's not black and white, put it that way, that topic. There's a lot of gray areas. And I think Michelle Obama has the power to do something about it. But for whatever reason, they're holding that card. She's holding that card. For whatever reason, she's holding that card. Represents, even though her husband was born to a white woman that was possibly foundational. I mean, someone who could, I mean, like, he's like an immigrant, you know what I mean? Kind of, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just weird. She, again, I mean, because of the nature of her husband, all these, he's mixed, he's possibly immigrant. One of his parents is immigrant. You know what I mean? She just fits everything we're experiencing today, touches her life. And that's what makes her so valuable, relatable, connected to the world. If she would just speak up about this transgender thing, make it more personal, make it more personal by either saying, hey, I was born male, I was born female, out of her own mouth, you know, explain some of these stories out here, either debunk them or, say, okay, this is true, that's not, whatever, do what you got to do. I mean, she came on YouTube and flopped. Her husband spoke to groups of black men and flopped. What do they have to lose? But just coming on out and addressing the issues. They've been ignoring a lot of stuff, acting as though they're too above to even address certain things. Well, when you're losing popularity, you're losing respect, and when you start losing, then it's time to change up the game, come on down, and talk to regular people. I was born a woman. I gave birth to two girls. One of my girls, by the time she was in fourth grade, decided to dress like a boy. And we've been rolling like it ever since. Now, in ninth grade, she did go through a little season where she was wearing her little girly stuff because her sister was in her head and some of her friends. It was a girl she liked at her school that thought if she had on girly clothes that, you know, she would be more attracted to her. So she's like, okay, bet. So she was wearing girly clothes to attract another girl. And then her sister was in her head. And then it didn't really work. It didn't last long before you knew it because she was like a star athlete, a point guard at her school, basketball player. So, you know, Instead of wearing girly clothes to attract boys, she'd much rather beat them on the court and could. Okay. So again, there's so much that Madam Michelle Obama can do to spin this whole thing around. She can speak to the 92% of black women who voted for her. They need to hear from her right now. They need to hear her truth because she doesn't address the rumors. And some of these rumors are convincing. And yes, I know we should, rise above and ignore, but some people cannot afford to ignore negativity. Not when you're riding off of so much positivity. When you're riding off of so much positivity, at some point you have got to manage the negative in your life. You got to, because it's just going to keep piling up. Whether things, whether the lies are true or not, at some point you got to say something, do something. Because all that positivity run out when you ignore negativity. I'm just saying. And I know I have 7 grandsons, and I know I have one granddaughter. I know this. Now, how they present themselves to you guys, that's one thing. But what I know is what I know. And so there have been many, many, many times my daughter and I have been out in public and people have referred to her as a boy, sir, man, whatever, Mr., whatever. And it's different, but you get used to it. I know she was a girl when I gave birth to her, regardless to her clothes and how people address her, you know, and her dating choices and all that, regardless to all of that. I still know what I gave birth to. And I completely support her life. Completely. So these are the kind of things that, you know, I think Michelle Obama could talk about on her show, on her platform, so that it can increase. She can say, hey guys, look, I know all this stuff that's being said about me being Michael and Big Mike and all that. I know all that stuff's being said, but I was born a woman. But if y'all want me to be Big Mike, no problem. I mean, she could have fun with that. On her show, she could have her Big Mike segments because again, it's all in fun. It's all in entertainment. It's all in being supportive of the transgender community too. They like comedy. You know, transgender people, gay people. I'm bi, so I'm the B in LGBT. Okay, and yes, I'm an online, minister, pastor, you know, kind of thing. And I'm a believer and all that. And yes, I like men and women. I just do. So, but fortunately, I'm the kind that, my gender and my dress is all in alignment with society where I can just walk into any public bathroom. I have gender privilege. Gender privilege. With my gender privilege, with the right attire, I can just walk into any public restroom and just, enjoy myself. Okay. But again, Michelle Obama is more important than just popping up at the occasional Democratic, event to speak. Her voice is too powerful, too knowledgeable. Um, you know, her silence has afforded her to the point where she can't afford to be silent anymore. Silence only take you so far. And then at some point, that baby gotta holler. And this is her time. She needs to come in stronger. She needs to come in more relatable. You know, she needs to be able to wear her straight hair and her braids whenever she wants to. She needs to be able to be Michelle or Big Mike whenever she wants to. Be able to switch in and out of roles as she needs to now. It's time for her to. What I'm trying to say, even if she is not Big Mike, she may need to be. It's at that point. Even sometimes your silence can overtake you. And so even if she has never been a man, and you know what I mean, she needs to be one now. She needs to include a Big Mike segment on her platform. She needs to be Michelle Obama, and then she needs to have a special where segment where she looks more like a man. And that's just me. If she wants to, I mean, according to YouTube, her show is not doing good. Her channel. I'm just giving some advice. She needs to come in strong on all these things that people have been talking about. She needs to address the gossip. There you go. Address the gossip on herself. And then from there, I think what she got to say about Trump will be more receptive because, I mean, her husband come off as friends with Trump. They were at Carter's funeral, he, ha ha together, you know. And then you, at the same time, slam it. You know what I mean? She needs to explain that. How can she speak against Trump so aggressively, and then her husband turn around and hee hee ha ha with him? I mean, yes, it's business and it's the presidential club and all that, but to the masses, people like us, we don't care about all that. We just feel like, hey, who do that? How you gonna be smiling in my face and stabbing me in the back at the same time over some money? Really? So those are the kind of things that she need to, over clout, over position, explain how it's not selling out, you know, or if it is, why do it? Maybe we need to improve our sellout game. You know what I'm saying? Know when to play that card. Normally we're not sellouts, but every once in a while, sometimes we got to do what we got to do. Talk about that. Sitting up there talking about sharing a room with her brother, and I think it might have been the living room, wasn't even an actual room or something like. I'm like, what? We don't need to hear that. I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Whew. So she is way too valuable in the world. I mean, like women all over the world look to America. At least that's how we feel. That's how we Americans like to believe and feel. And, like we're so special. And so to keep that up within ourselves, we have to act like it. We have to act as though women from all over the world are looking to us. And there is no, I mean, I know Melania Trump is the first lady, and I love her. I do. I think she's beautiful. I think she's, I think she played her part very well. I really do. But, she doesn't even really speak English that good. You know, she's obviously some type of immigrant type. She was not born here, I don't think. I'm pretty sure she wasn't. But, I just don't want to come off cocky. So, but yeah, so again, when it comes to foundational Americans, like constitutional type Americans, Mayflower people, natives, and the African slaves that were brought over. So, when it comes to us, Michelle Obama is it. Because even Barack Obama, I mean, he was the actual president. He got the position, but his wife, whether a man or a woman, filled the shoes. I'm just saying, he had the position, but his wife filled the shoes. It's possible that Obama's mother may have, she carries some weight in his life, but she was white. She doesn't represent Black America. His mother does not represent Black America. And we really don't know who his father is, for real, for real. He was raised by so many people. A true international lover. When a foundational American marries an international lover and make him president. Mm-mm-mm. Wow. But anyway, here we go. Even Prince was interesting. He was a man that wore women's clothes and makeup. I mean, like above and beyond what Hollywood required. You know, above and beyond just trying to, even out your skin tone. I understand men in Hollywood wear makeup to even out their skin tone for, camera purposes. I get that. But Prince wore women's makeup the way women wore women's makeup. And he wore heels and fitting clothes, revealing and sexy and stuff like that. He wasn't the only one, but he was truly one. One of the ones during my time, my era, when I was young, being like, oh my God, did he have like his booty cheeks showing? Oh my God. I've never really got to see that. One of these days I gotta find that and sit down, take my time and watch Prince having a good time on stage with his booty cheek showing. I, I don't think I've ever really had a chance to see it. Not in its fullness. I think I've seen it a little here, a little there, maybe, a few times. But I haven't really just sat down and just like enjoy it for what it really is, you know? So, anyway, I think that we, America, the media, we're not giving Michelle Obama enough credit, enough leeway. And I think it's because she herself did not hold the office and that she does not address the negative the negative media, which a lot of Black Americans are guilty of. A lot of us are guilty of only dealing with the positive side of life, and we act as if there's nothing negative going on, or we give negativity a very little attention. And it's just not a balanced way to live. Eventually, all that negativity catches up and needs to be dealt with one way or another. So, yeah, I think we need to put a little more heat on Michelle Obama. If she's so comfortable not being involved, only just to give the occasional speech where she can get on YouTube, then she's being overlooked. She's being blocked. Something's not right. Something needs to, again, that international husband of hers, those international lovers, you know, hmm, I don't know. But anyway, guys, we're going to keep up with this. Now that she on YouTube, she's opened herself up for more conversation. And I like this conversation. I like this one. And I really want to encourage her to talk more about transgender issues, same sex marriage type stuff. I think that's the lane that her husband forced her into, whether she wanted that to be the topic of her life or not. That's where her husband led their marriage, in that lane. Like, my desire was to have a channel that spoke about, traditional ways that church people did things. That was the point of my channel, in my heart, you know. But my channel ultimately ended up being about my ex husband leaving me for a white woman. That's such a leap. And how I connect that situation to what's going on in politics today. And, you know, it's just interesting. Interesting. And I'm glad to be here to share it with you guys. Yay. Click like, click subscribe, hit the notification bell, share my videos. And you all have a blessed day. Thank you so much. Bye.